So hello everyone, let's wait for 1 minute and we'll be starting. Hello everyone, thanks for joining us this Tuesday evening. It will be a pleasure to speak with you for this next hour. So let me tell you a few words about myself. My name is Anna and I'm Customer Success Manager here at Closely. So let's go to the agenda of the webinar. Today we're going to talk about what are the reasons behind LinkedIn's recognition as a leading platform for discovering new clients during the 2023-2024 business season, reasons why you need a tool for LinkedIn automation. I'll have you done a short introduction to Closely platform, and I'll show you how to master your first LinkedIn campaign. So, why LinkedIn? LinkedIn is an absolute goldmine for B2B sales reps. It's where Fortune 500 executives spend their spare time, where corporate decision makers network and look for new opportunities, and where individuals and organizations from all industries establish themselves as thought leaders. While many B2B brands aren't leveraging the power of LinkedIn for their business, here are some reasons why LinkedIn should be a major part of your outreach strategy. According to official statistics, LinkedIn has 900 million global users in 2023, with a projected 1 billion users by 2025. 3 new members sign up on LinkedIn every second. Over 58.4 million companies are registered on LinkedIn as of 2023, and also LinkedIn's audience comprises of decision makers and buying committees. The platform is perfect for finding high-quality leads for your business with 65 million decision makers, 17 million opinion leaders, and more than 10 million C-level executives. Both B2B and B2C companies have plenty of benefits if they choose to use LinkedIn to reach their ideal audience due to the high spending power of the audience on the platform. So, according to Octopus, 80% of all B2B leads come from LinkedIn, versus 13% on X, former Twitter, and only 7% on Facebook. This one stat alone should be enough to convince you to start investing your time in LinkedIn. To confirm those statistics, HubSpot conducted a study too that revealed that LinkedIn generated the highest visitor-to-lead conversion rate, almost 3 times higher than X and Facebook. Not only do more potential leads land on your websites through LinkedIn, they're also more qualified and willing to buy. As you can see, LinkedIn is the best platform to connect to businesses and sell to them. The fact that LinkedIn can reach up to 15% of the world's population is a huge deal. You don't want to miss this opportunity. So why do we need a tool for LinkedIn automation? If we continue to speak about numbers, only 2% of deals are closed after the first contact, which means that besides finding your ICP on LinkedIn and sending initial connection requests with messages, you also need to send follow-ups and messages after that. Outreach itself is a pretty time-consuming thing, especially if you want to really personalize the messages. So we conducted a research here at Closely to find out how much time it will take to reach 100 prospects if you do this manually. And it turns out it will take 8 hours, a pretty impressive number. If you multiply your 8 hours by the cost of an hour, you can imagine how much money you spend indirectly on manual work. And if you have a team who are doing all this manual work, you can multiply all their time by the cost of their hours, so you can see how much money you're actually wasting on all this manual work. So, of course, you won't do it all in one day, but still the numbers are pretty impressive. Besides that, there will be people asking you to send them presentations, to contact them in a month, asking you questions, and you will have to keep all this information in your head, not to forget it, or in some Google spreadsheets or somewhere else. So this is actually the main aim of LinkedIn automation tools, to save you a lot of time so you don't need to do all this manually. Also, LinkedIn automation tools provide you a lot of statistics. How many people have received your connection requests? How many people have accepted them? How many replies have you received? So you can see how your campaign performs, how your messages work. You can do some A/B tests, and you can change something if the results don't satisfy you. So this is exactly what we do here in Closely. We help you automate LinkedIn outreach and allow you to track results of your campaigns. A few things about Closely. Closely offers ultimate safety to its users. This is a cloud-based solution which makes it undetectable for LinkedIn. It doesn't recognize the suspicious activity behind it. And also, which is very important, Closely uses a warm-up mode, which allows you to send a small number of messages, increasing it gradually day by day. So it really looks like human behavior, and LinkedIn doesn't recognize any suspicious activity behind it. So we started paying a lot of attention to safety recently, and we also introduced dedicated proxies, which really make sure that your account is safe and it's secured, and a LinkedIn algorithm don't recognize that it's an automation tool. Also, we have individual IPs and automated solving of CAPTCHA. So we really pay a lot of attention to your safety. It is paramount to us. So let's not waste your time. Let's go straight to the Closely interface, and I'll show you how it works and how you can launch your first LinkedIn campaigns in Closely. So when you sign into the system, let's go to the Accounts tab. Here you can see the list of your LinkedIn accounts. You can add as many LinkedIn accounts as seats you have in your subscription. You can see the status of the account. You can see that it's active. You can pause it, or you can press the three dots on the right and go straight to account settings. Here you have Profile Settings tab. You have first name, last name, company, and job title here. You can change the information here, and you should know that this doesn't change any information in your LinkedIn profile. Changes will be applied to message campaigns only, because in our message campaigns you can use variables, and this information from your profile will be inserted here. We also have time zone, working days, and working hours. So time zone, you can change it. It will be set automatically based on your location. But for example, if you'll be launching campaigns for United States, you should put United States time zone here. So people will be receiving your messages during their working hours and not your working hours, for example, in Kiev. Also, you should choose working days when your messages will be sent. So, for example, you don't want to choose Saturday or Sunday since people are relaxing, they're on the weekend, and they're not paying attention to their LinkedIn or reading messages. Also, you can choose working hours when your messages will be sent. So, for example, I chose from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. when people are most productive. They're spending a lot of time on LinkedIn, working, and they will read your messages. You also have login and password here. And it's important to know that if you change your password in LinkedIn, you should change it here also, so your account will remain synced with LinkedIn all the time. So let's go to Account Limits tab. On Account Limits tab, we have Warm-up mode, which I told you about earlier. So Warm-up mode is on. We highly recommend you not to turn it off to keep your account safe. As you know, LinkedIn has pretty strict policies and limitations, and if you exceed them, or if your behavior doesn't look like human behavior, your account can get restricted. So our warm-up mode mimics human behavior. So for example, if your account hasn't been warmed up, you haven't been sending a lot of connection requests and messages before that, it will look like you'll be sending 5 messages a day for the first 5 days, then the number of connection requests will increase to 10, then for the next 5 days, you'll be sending 15 requests, and then 20. Since LinkedIn's restriction is 100 connection requests per week, we do recommend you not to exceed the number of 20 connection requests per day. The same goes with the messages. The number will be increased gradually, and with the view profiles per day. If you have your account warmed up already, you can turn off the warm-up mode and set your own connection requests limits, messages limits, and profile views limits. However, we do recommend you to keep the warm-up mode on all the time. Also, I'll be sending you with a follow-up email a bunch of useful articles on the precautions you need to take if you don't want your account to get banned or restricted. So you'll know all the information about that. So after you did all the changes in your account settings, you can click Apply Changes, And you can go to the Campaigns tab and launch your first LinkedIn campaign. On the Campaigns tab, you have the number of your active campaigns and drafts, all the statistics on the campaigns. We'll go back to this tab later, but now we'll try and launch your first campaign by clicking on Create New Campaign button. First step is naming your campaign. So, for example, I will be targeting CTOs in Paris. You can also select an account from which your campaign will be launched. I only have one account here connected, so I can choose this one. And you see your account limits. You see that your warm-up mode is on and the account limits you have for now. After you do all this, you click Save and Next, and you go to the step where you choose your audience. So we provide 5 ways how you can choose your audience. First one is LinkedIn search. If you have Sales Navigator, you can do this in Sales Navigator. So I'll go to my LinkedIn profile. I already have actually search ready. So I inserted CTO in the LinkedIn search. I chose people. I chose second, third connection, location, Paris. I chose that it will be software development industry, profile language, English. And I pressed on show the results. So in Sales Navigator, you have more filters, but I'll be using these ones in LinkedIn. So I see that I have 926 results here in my search. I just copy the URL to this search here. I go back to Closely and I just insert this URL here. I also have to choose how many people I would like to add to the campaign. So you should know that the more people, the longer the wait. We really do recommend you not to exceed the number of 400, 500 people at most, because otherwise it will take a whole while for the campaign to run and to be done. So 500 will be great. So I will choose for the test just 10 people. However, we recommend you not to exceed the 500 limit. We do have another way you can choose your audience. It's import from CSV here. So you can insert your CSV file, which you uploaded, for example, from our extension, from Leadfinder, or from some other source. And you can drag it here, and you just have to make sure your file contains the following fields: the first name, the last name, and the profile link. So the Closely will find the people and will be able to send them messages. And there are 3 other great ways you can find your ICP. The first one is past engagement. So you can go to your feed or go to some influencer's page, find the past where you know that your ICP read it, interacted with it. You see that, for example, there are many reactions, many comments here. So a lot of people interacted with this post. And you just click on 3 dots on the right and copy link to post. You go back to Closely, you insert the post link here. And you also choose how many people you would like to add from all the audience who interacted with this post. The same with the event attendees. For example, you know that there is some webinar or conference which your ICP will attend. You can go to LinkedIn, choose this event. You make sure to be the member of this event, so to react to say that you're going to attend this event. And you just copy link to this event, insert it here, and choose how many people from the event attendees you would like to run your campaign for. And you can also use group members. You can go to the group where you know you can find your target audience. If it's an open group, you don't even have to be a member of this group. However, if it's a closed group, you have to become a member of this group before you add it to the campaign. You copy link to this group and paste it here. So it's pretty simple, and these are pretty nice ways to find your target audience on LinkedIn. I will go with LinkedIn search for now. So I will insert this link, how many people I would like to add, and I will go to the action step. So the next step is the step where you actually set up your sequence of messages and steps. So as you can see, here are 5 steps you can use: connection request, message, view profile, like post, and endorse skill steps. So message and endorse skill steps are available only after the connection request step added to the campaign, since you can message or endorse skills of people only who are already in your network. Well, I will choose connection request first step. So here you should compose your connection message. As you can see, you can use different variables, like the variables of people who you are targeting and your sender variables. So these are the variables that Closely will take from your profile, which I showed you earlier. You can use a template. So we have 4 templates here. You can use one of them. It already has variables in it. So we really do recommend you to make the message personalized and kind of unique, and to definitely use variables. If you, for example, don't want to use our templates, you can come up with your own message. Or we also have, for now, it's a separate product, Scanlist with AI Writer, which has ChatGPT integration. And there you can compose messages for LinkedIn, for emails, follow-up messages, just providing some information about the leads, some parameters, some maybe the tone of message you would like to compose. The AI will compose the message for you. You can actually download them and then upload to Closely and launch the campaign in Closely using these messages. So this is also a nice way to compose a message for your sequence. So you composed your connection message, then you add a new step. Here we have the number of days you have to wait before the next step, but a spoiler alert, we'll be actually releasing a new feature and you'll be able to choose not only days but hours. So you won't have to wait for a day, for example. You'll be able to wait for 2 hours and then send a follow-up message to the person who accepted your connection request. So let's say I'll choose message as a next step. I'll choose a template for this. Check in the preview that everything's fine, and I'll add a new step. Let's say it will be endorse skill step. And the next message. We advise you to use at least 3 messages in your campaign and in your sequences, since messages get lost, people get busy, and not everyone responds to the first message they see. So 3 messages will be more resultative. So I'll use another template. You should also know that we have released a point calendar, another feature earlier, maybe a couple of weeks ago. I'll tell you more about it later. However, you can insert your booking page link here, so the people will be able actually to book a meeting with you, and you'll be able to see the statistics of how many bookings you have, who booked a meeting with you, also on the Appoint tab in Closely. So you can use it in your sequences also. After you make sure that everything's correct, you checked your messages, everything looks great, you're done with setting up the actions of the campaign, you click on Save and Next, Verify. That's the step where you'll verify your audience and start your campaign. So it may take a while. I have only 10 people in my campaign, so it won't take a while, but if you have like 500 people, it may take a while. You can close the tab and you can do some other stuff, and the campaign will be saved on the Drafts tab in the Campaigns tab in Closely. So you can take a look at your audience, make sure that everything's fine. You can exclude someone from the campaign manually, or you should also definitely use this feature, exclude people added to other campaigns. So if you have several campaigns in Closely, you don't want one person to end up in, for example, 2 of them and receive different messages from 2 campaigns. If you turn this on, the person will be excluded from the second campaign, so he'll remain just in one campaign and he won't receive a lot of messages from several campaigns, which can be pretty annoying. So you check that everything's fine. You can either save and start the campaign right away, or you can click Save it as a draft. Then the campaign will be saved on the Draft tab here. You can see that all the steps are done. It's ready to start. You can just press play and start it whenever you want. On the Active Campaigns tab, you will be able to see all the active campaigns which you already launched and which you may have paused or which are active right now. So you will see all the statistics here, all the data. You can change its name, and you can see the number of connections that have been sent, the number of connection requests which have been accepted, number of messages you have sent, the replies, number of replies you received, number of visits, likes, skill endorsements that have been done during this campaign. You can also export the report on this particular campaign. And you may click on the replied number in the replied column, and it will take you to the inbox. So all the replies under the campaign, you can see in your inbox. You'll see all the messages here. You don't have to go to your LinkedIn account and look at it there, so you can find it all in Closely. It is pretty useful also that you can filter. So you can filter all the dialogues by the campaign. You can choose the campaign and you can see how many people replied to you as a part of this campaign, and you can filter your dialogues by tag. So what is a tag? You can go to some dialogue to the person who answered you, and you can add a tag to this conversation and to this person. So we have 3 default tags here: positive, negative, objection, and you can add any tag you like. So for example, you want to tag a person who scheduled a demo here. So you just add him, and you can also add some notes to this person. So for example, if you have to, like a person asked you to contact him in a month or to send him some info, you can write it down here. You'll be the only one seeing these notes, and you won't have to keep all this information in your head or in some Google spreadsheets. So it's pretty also helpful to have all this here like a small CRM. And you won't lose any information, you won't lose any replies. So you will be able to see everything here, to filter it, and to find people pretty fast. Like for example, okay, I tagged some people who scheduled a demo with me. I can filter by tag and see all the people who scheduled a demo with me in all the campaigns or in one particular campaign. Also, you can use these tags to launch a campaign, for example, for people who are already in your network. We do have My Network tab here, and here you can see all the people you are already connected to. You can filter them by job title, by company, location, tag, or contact info. You can actually manually tag people also. You can, for example, select several people and apply some tag to them. Like I do have, for example, webinar tag, so I want to make a webinar intro for them. You can add tag for them and apply it here. And later on, you can launch, you can, for example, filter people by some tag, search them, see all the people who you want to send this information, select all of them, click on message, and you'll be able to launch the campaign for people in your network. For example, you can share some useful content with them, make an announcement of a webinar, make a follow-up message, so whatever. You also have to just name the campaign, choose your account, and here you don't have the step where you have to choose your audience since you have already chosen it, and you just have the choose action step. And here you also don't have the connection request tab, since these people are already in your network and you don't want to send them connection requests. So you can choose messages here, compose your campaign, and just launch it the way you did previously in the campaign step for the people who aren't in your connections. So this is actually what we have regarding the campaigns, LinkedIn campaigns in Closely. We also have extension, our Chrome extension. You can search in Chrome. You can use it to download a list of people from LinkedIn with their emails to launch email campaign. You can also use it to withdraw connection requests which haven't been accepted, and also to connect your LinkedIn account really fast and easy to Closely. We have email campaigns tab with the email campaigns. I'll be definitely telling you a bit about email campaigns later. We'll probably have another webinar regarding the email outreach a bit later, so you will be able to see all the information about them. We do have Lead Finder, which is our own database. It's updated daily, and here you can find your ICP using all these nice filters and pretty nice amount, more than LinkedIn. You can compose a list and launch campaigns for these people. And we have integrations. We do have HubSpot and webhook integrations for now, but we'll be adding some more. I'll also tell you about this later. And as I previously told you, we released Appoint Calendar. So here in our Appoint Calendar, there are settings. You can set up your profile with some welcome message and name displayed. And the cool thing, you can actually do custom branding. So you can customize your booking page. You can insert your company logo, profile photo. You can use your company colors, so you can make the page really pretty and according to a company style. Then you set up your availability for each type of the event. We do have in different integrations. I have my Google Calendar integrated here. And we do have different event types. I have just one event type here, but you can create different event types. It can be a one-on-one meeting, it can be a group meeting, collective meetings, and round robin. After that, you will see all your bookings you have, so upcoming ones and past ones on this bookings page, and you will see the contacts who have booked a meeting with you here. So you can then use this link to your booking page in your message sequences. and you can see all the information closely. So it's pretty useful and nice. Should definitely try it out. So let me show also what other new features and updates we're going to have pretty soon. So I've already told you about our appoint calendar. So the next one is omnichannel approach. I know that a lot of you have been waiting for multi-channel campaigns, and we'll actually be releasing them this week. So it will definitely boost your effectiveness of your outreach, and it will be a game changer. So now you will be able not to launch just separate LinkedIn and email campaigns, but you'll be able to do all this together. So for example, you can send an update email to a person. Then you can send a connection request in LinkedIn if the person doesn't answer your email. After connection request, you can send message in LinkedIn and then follow up with another email. So it really increases the chance of the person replying to you, and it'll be a really great new feature. So we'll also be having an intro to this feature, emails, and also a short webinar a bit later about our multi-channel campaigns. So you will be able to actually check it out this week. I will be emailing you and telling more about this. So yeah, we have been waiting for it for a while. We also do have team management feature. So right now, like previously, the admin, the owner of the account, used to see all the campaigns and all the inboxes. Right now, the admin, the owner of the account, sees only all the campaigns, but just their own inbox. So, and other users see just their campaigns and their own inbox. So this is pretty nice. And we do have integration with Salesforce planned. I also know that a lot of you are waiting for the Salesforce integration. So we do have this planned later on. So I'll also let you know with some estimated dates of the integration release. And as I told you, we have Closely AI Assistant. We have, for now, it's a separate product. It's Scanlist with AI Writer. You can use it, Scanlist as a lead finder and AI Assistant as an AI writer to compose different messages, which you can use for your LinkedIn and email outreach. You should definitely test it out. I'll also be sending you some demo information about Scanlist and how you can try it out. So as a summary, if you have been underestimating LinkedIn as a part of your outreach sales strategy, we do strongly recommend you to review your approach. LinkedIn is a great source for lead generation and for finding the right audience. Make sure you have your ICP ready, make sure you have your messages personalized and crafted for each group of people, and of course, invest your time more in strategical tasks, in analytical tasks, in sales deals, and not in manual prospecting and manually sending connection requests and messages. For this, I would recommend you to use automation tools, which will save you so much time and will allow you to have actionable statistics. You should definitely test closely if you haven't already and see how it boosts your outreach efforts significantly. Make sure to check your inboxes. I will later send you a follow-up after this webinar with a link to a lot of useful materials like demo videos, helpful articles, and also a promo code discount. Let me see whether we have any questions. Yeah, plus for the multi-channel campaigns. Yeah, a lot of you have been waiting for it, so you'll test it just in a day. Well, I don't see any questions for now. Actually, you can respond to my follow-up email if you have any questions, or just email me. I'd be really happy to help you, to answer all your questions, have a short call with you. And well, then thanks a lot for joining me and staying with me during our webinar. And I wish you a pleasant evening.